Welcome back. In today's video we're going to do something a little bit different. Most of my videos so far have been about gardening and planting and garden type projects and recipe videos. This will be our very first really big home improvement project that we're going to do here on the channel. Back in April of 2021, there was a really bad hailstorm that came through and did a lot of damage to things. And so we were able to file a claim with our insurance company and get a new roof. And so that's what this video is about. So in this first clip is from January of this year. And I'm kind of explaining to you about what's about to happen. Here is that clip. So it's fall now, but we've got some exciting stuff happening in the next week or two. Back in the summer, there was a hailstorm. I'll insert a clip here. Look at the ice just come shooting off the top.
Look! I just stuff falling out the sky! I don't know!
Oh my god! Look at him!
Oh no!
Oh my god!
This is a lot of ice!
Snapped it. So this huge hailstorm just came through and I was hardening off my tomatoes. So there's that. Luckily I didn't have them all out there.
And now it's turned into a great show.
Our insurance company came out and we are getting a new roof on this building and what we call the Chalet, which is the area above the garage. I'll show it too. That area up there. That's getting a new roof as well, which is super exciting because then that means we'll be able to renovate it. And I am so excited about that. Okay, after several months of going through the insurance claim process and doing everything that we needed to do to find a roofing company and all of that, it's finally roofing day. This next group of clips is from the day that the roof was installed. It actually happened a couple weeks earlier than we expected it to. We were on the schedule and then someone canceled or rescheduled or something happened. And so they called us and wanted to know if we could do our roof the very next day. And of course we said yes, but that didn't give us a whole lot of time to prepare. And so that day was actually Valentine's Day, February 14th of 2022. We expected them to show up around 8 a.m. They actually showed up shortly before 7 a.m. Which is fine. I'm not complaining at all. They showed up and said, hey, is this the right place? And we said, yes, this indeed was the right place. And before we could even get dressed and get outside, they were already taking the tin off the roof and really getting on with the process. That's what these next few clips are just us coming outside as fast as we could, but they had already started the process. So this is roofing day right here. When you used to DIY most of this stuff yourself, kind of amazing to see how fast it goes with 48 people.
Look at them go, man. Look, they're already tearing off shingles. Well, they're doing a great job. Super impressed.
Okay, because of this next little clip that I'm about to show you, I feel like we need to take a break and have a little story time. I like to sit out on the back porch after the kids go to bed and drink my calm and read a book, or let's be honest, probably I'm on TikTok. But a couple of years back, I was sitting out on the back porch and everyone had gone to bed and it was just me. I heard a strange noise up on the gutter or something. I could just tell that it was like right on the roof, right outside the porch. And so I turned the light on my phone and used it as a flashlight and went out and looked, and there was what looked like a flying squirrel going across the gutter. And it was one of those moments that I was like, is that a flying squirrel? And I had never really seen one in real life before. I'm not originally from Alabama, so I'm not sure if there were flying squirrels here. And so then I looked it up, and apparently there are lots of flying squirrels here. And so the next day I told Elliot that I had seen a flying squirrel, and he didn't believe me. I'm sorry, I'm sweating. He didn't believe me. He was like, no, there's no flying squirrels here. And I told him the whole story and everything. And then several months later, after we got the cats, we bring the cats in at night to protect them from the coyotes and any predators at nighttime. And we were out looking for the cats, and they were up in a tree, and we had the flashlights and we were trying to get the cats to come down, and they were after a flying squirrel. And I showed it to Elliot. He saw it, he acknowledged it, and then several months later I said something about the flying squirrel, and yet again he acted like he didn't know what I was talking about. He couldn't remember seeing the flying squirrel. So then fast forward to the day that the roof is getting replaced, and I'm standing on the back porch looking out to see what I can see while they're replacing the roof, and Elliot is standing in the backyard and he is taking video, some of the clips that you're about to see of them demoing the roof. And as I am standing on the back porch looking out the screen door, I see this flying squirrel come down and land on this great big huge tulip tree right behind the house, disappear. And I was like, oh, surely he saw it, because he was standing right out here in the yard. And so then when he came in, I was like, did you see the flying squirrel? Did you see it? And he was like, no, I didn't see the flying squirrel. And so it's kind of become this running gag of the flying squirrel, and I know it's there, but apparently I'm the only one who ever sees it. So I'm going through the footage for this video, looking at everything, and I see myself standing on the back porch in this video, and I think that's where I was when I saw the flying squirrel. So then I went back and I rewound the footage and I looked, and here, let me just show you. Look at my face right here in this clip. It's so funny. Look. Now it's time for a little story about the chimney. So we rented this house for 2 years before we purchased it. And while we were renting, the power went out for like an entire week. There was a big snowstorm or ice storm, and the power went out, and we resorted to using the fireplace to keep warm. And we brought wood in and we burned. We messed with that fireplace, and opened this flute and closed that flute, and opened this door and closed that door, and tried all the different combinations, and we never got it warm in the house. It never appeared to us that it put out much heat. Maybe we were doing something wrong, but there wasn't much heat from this fireplace. So we had already decided that it didn't fit our needs and what we were looking for before we even purchased the house. So the first thing that I wanted to do when we bought this house was rip out the fireplace. It's like, it's in the middle of the room. I want to take it out and just make it one big open space. It's not super functional for us and our purposes. Mostly I stack our homeschooling supplies on it right now. I'd much rather just get rid of it and have it one big open space. But the man that we purchased the house from, who is now our neighbor, who I love very dearly, he's like the best neighbor ever, said he wasn't sure whether it was load bearing, and I'm not sure whether it's load bearing, and so we haven't had anybody out here to check to see if it's load bearing. So the fireplace is still there. We're still stacking stuff on it. However, when we were talking to the roofing company about having the roof replaced, I floated the suggestion, well, because I knew the siding was kind of rotten on the outside of the chimney and all of that, I floated the idea, instead of like replacing that and doing all the flashing and all of that, what if we just take it off and then we roof over the open space while you guys are replacing the roof? And they said, okay, well, we'll get you a quote for that. And they got back to us in a few days, and the quote to do it was a lot more than it was going to cost to just buy new siding to put around the outside. So I thought, okay, we'll scrap that idea. We're trying to save as much money as possible so that we can do other things, so we'll just fix the siding and go on. And then the day of the roof replacement, the on-site maybe foreman or contractor, basically the boss of all the workers on the job, was talking to us about the roof. As you can probably tell from some of the footage, we're pretty hands-on. We were outside, you know, wanting to be a part of it and all of that. And so he was talking to us about it and wanting to know what the plan was. You know, I was floating it to him again, and I said, but, you know, they said it was going to cost like $1,200 to just demo it and get rid of it. You know, I didn't really want to spend that. We just need the siding or whatever. So they got up there and they pulled it off, and when they pulled it off, the flashing around the edges, there was an issue of some sort, and there was a lot of rot. You could just stick your hand through the side of the chimney. The job foreman called his boss, who happened to be the owner of the roofing company, which, by the way, is called Ridgeline Roofing. I highly recommend them. Nothing but good things to say about them. His name was Scott. Scott came out and he got up on the roof himself and he inspected it, and then he came over and talked to us and wanted to know what we wanted to do. And I explained to him that, you know, I'd really rather just get rid of it. We're going to tear it on the inside. We don't need it. It doesn't serve a purpose. I'd feel better if he just tore it off, but whatever was cheapest, that's what I wanted to do. And he was very kind, and he said that they would remove it for us at no cost to us. So he got up there himself with his guys, and they cut it off and covered it up for us at no extra charge to us. Oh, and also he said that it was really rotten, and once they took it off and threw it down, that there were squirrels living inside of it. So I don't know if they were the flying squirrel or other just regular squirrels, but there were squirrels nests inside of it. So I'm glad we got rid of it. I'm glad it's not an issue that I'm ever going to have to worry about again, and that's why we got rid of the chimney, just for those of you who might be wondering. So here are those clips. Taking down the chimney. I've been waiting for this day for like 10 years.
Yeah, your cheeks, you're blushing. Bonnie and Clyde, well, it's all or nothing.
Oh, there it goes. Whoa.
How we own this place. It's all or nothing.
Must be pretty heavy. Aren't you glad we aren't doing that? Yay! I'm so happy. Once they got the layer of metal roofing off, and the layer of shingles off, and the layer of whatever the weatherproofing paper was that was underneath the shingles, they were able to see what all of the roof decking or sheeting there was that was rotten, any of the plywood and the underlaying there that was rotten. This clip here is them removing all the rotten pieces and replacing it with new fresh plywood so that all of the decking is secure and there's no rot and no soft spots or issues of any kind to worry about.
It's all or nothing.
Some of you might be wondering why we decided to go with a shingle roof instead of another metal roof, because the insurance paid to replace exactly what was on there. There are several reasons that we decided to do that, actually. One was to save cost. The more money that we could save from this project, the more money we would have to do other projects in the house. So that was number one. The second reason is I actually like the way that the shingles look better than the metal roofing. I just find this much more pleasing than the other. Also, if we need to get on the roof for any reason to check things out or look at things, it's much easier to get up there and move around on that shingle roof than it is on a metal roof. I'm not sure about the lighting, but as I'm sure you saw from the clips earlier, we're getting a new roof today. They're still in the process, almost done. Just about got it wrapped up. I brought the dogs out for a walk. Can't really let the dogs out with all the commotion that's going on. I just wanted to check in because I don't know if I've talked to the camera much about it. I'm super excited. They took the chimney off the main house for us. Guess I'll update when there's something interesting to update, or I'll update when it's all done and show you what it looks like. So I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Also, the original shingles on the Chalet weren't as high quality or rated as highly as the shingles that we chose as the new roofing material. And since we saved the cost of the metal roof, we were able to upgrade the shingles on the Chalet as well. So now both structures have the really good shingle roof materials. This clip here is just a funny little clip. At some point during the demo, some of these shingles got stuck up in these crepe myrtle trees that we have right next to the house, and I was wondering how they were going to get them out. And then as we were walking around the edge of the house, there was a guy who just shimmied right up the tree and got him out and shimmied right back down. And so that's what this clip is. I thought it was pretty funny. As you can probably tell from the clips, they did a fantastic job. They were super fast. They probably would have been done an hour and a half sooner than they actually were, but they ran out of shingles. They were just short a couple packages, so they had to wait for the foreman to go get more shingles. But the entire time that they were waiting for that, they were cleaning everything up and packing everything away, and they just, I mean, it was spotless. It was probably cleaner when they left here than it was before they got here. They just did a fantastic job. They had everything wrapped up by 4:30 and they were completely gone. I could not be more impressed. If you live in this Alabama area, Ridgeline Roofing is a fantastic company. I highly recommend them. Scott is the owner's name. I don't get any kickback from this, at least not that I'm aware of. But I highly recommend them if you need some roofing done, or they do general contracting as well. I haven't had them do any general contracting, just the roofing, and I'm super impressed with their roofing work. They were fast, efficient, and friendly. Tell them Jana sent you. As I was finishing up this video and putting all these clips together, I realized, of course, I didn't have an intro, and I also didn't have any really good after footage of the house. I have a couple of clips from right after that I'll put in here. Okay, I went around today and I got several more shots of all the buildings, so you could see the trees are going to be different because it's July 3rd now, and the first initial clips happened February 14th. Here is some of the after footage. Alright, there's the Chalet after. We kept this tin here because I have a bunch of projects that I'm going to do with it. I was already able to gift my neighbor 5 or 6 pieces for a project he was working on. I'm hoping to make some more raised beds with the tin. I think it'll be really pretty with the copper. We went ahead and kept the tin for our own projects, and then whatever we don't use we'll end up scrapping or see if somebody else can use it. So I'll get some more clips of the Chalet and of the house now. Okay, you see under here, this wood here is light, and then that's dark, and then that's light. The lighter pieces, that piece there, a 2x4. The lighter pieces are everywhere where the wood was rotten and they replaced it. And here's the chalet roof from this side. We need to trim up these tree limbs here so that they don't mess up our new roof. There it is. Isn't she beautiful? Here she is. From this side, this is the kitchen garden side. They even went back and spray painted those little spouts that were sticking up black to match the roof. It's a nice touch. I really appreciate that. Because before they did it, I was thinking, man, I'm going to have to get up there and spray paint that. But then they did it for me, so I didn't have to. And here she is from the front. That area right there is where the chimney used to be. And now it's just a beautiful roof. Like I said, this was the first really big home improvement project that we've done on this channel, but it was really the one that needed to happen so that all of the others could be possible. Super excited about that. If you like this video and videos like this, make sure you hit the like button. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that little bell icon right there next to the subscribe button so that you get a notification every time I post a new video. If you haven't joined our private Facebook group, we'd love to have you over there. It's called Janice's Beautiful Mess. We talk all about gardening and really kind of whatever we want to over there. It's just a group for the people who watch this channel and kind of know what's happening here in our little world. I'll link that below, so if you want to join our Facebook group, go ahead and do that. Thanks again for joining me. We've nearly tripled our subscriber count in the last 2 weeks, so that's super exciting. I'm so happy to have so many new family members here. The more the merrier. If you're new, thanks so much for joining me. If you've been here for a while, thanks for coming back. And until next time, go make your own beautiful mess. Bye.